Big Sky Resort is a huge ski resort near Bozeman, Montana. It has 39 lifts and is composed of 4 areas: Lone Peak, Andesite Mountain, Spanish Peaks, and Moonlight Basin. On my visit from Friday, December 23rd to Thursday, December 30th, I managed to make it to every single area except for Spanish Peaks, which hadn't opened up yet. I rode so many of these lifts, so let's rank them up. First, let's talk about the lifts I didn't ride. Challenger Triple, Headwaters Double, Lone Peak Tram, Dakota Triple, Pony Express Triple, Sacagawea Triple, and all the Spanish Peaks lifts and real estate lifts were ones I didn't ride. Now we need to break down the lift types. For fixed grips, you have 3 that I rode. It's crazy that I skied for 6 days and only rode 3 fixed grips. I rode 2 fixed grip quads and a fixed double. For detachables, that number gets all the way up to 7. 3 detachable quads, 3 six-packs, and 1 8-pack. Now that we've broken down the lifts, let's go ahead and rank them. Number 10, Iron Horse, 1994 Garaventa C-Tech Sprint Fixed Grip Quad. There's really nothing good about this lift. It's just slow and long. This is the first fixed grip of the week that I rode, so maybe after all my detachable riding, I had a really low opinion of this lift. Regardless, it's just not good. It has a length of 3,370 feet and a vertical of 874 feet. It serves the 11th most vertical and is the 11th longest lift. I only use it to access 6-shooter, and I did not really want to ride it again. Number 9, Explorer Double, 1973 Heron Fixed Grip Double. This might be the slowest lift I've ever ridden. It's not even that long, but the slow pace and the amount of beginners who can't load a lift really extend the ride duration. The only reason for me to ride this lift was for the terrain park. I'm not a huge fan of this lift either, but it has something going for it in terms of terrain, whereas Iron Horse doesn't. If you recall from my Explorer video, I said I wanted to buy a chair and burn it. I stand by this opinion. When they tear down this lift, I should buy one of their chairs and burn it. It has 622 feet of vertical and a length of 3,700 feet. It only has more vertical than 7 other lifts and is longer than 14 lifts. As part of the 2025 plan for Big Sky, this is being replaced by a 2-stage gondola, which will have a mid-station where the current top station is, and then turn to the left and end near Powder Seeker. This would greatly cut down on the stops and slows and reduce waits at Swifty. It's a perfect upgrade. Number 8, 6-Shooter 6, 2003 Garaventa C-Tech Stealth 3 6-pack. Moonlight's only detachable is certainly an interesting lift. It is the second longest lift on the mountain, with an incredible 8,457-foot lift line, about 100 feet behind Swifty, which has 8,555 feet. One other surprising fact is the vertical rise. It has 1,828 feet of vertical. This is the most on the mountain. It feels like a very mellow lift line, but it has almost 2,000 feet of vertical, and that's pretty impressive. That's not even the end of it. This lift has a turn along its lift line using canted shifts between some of the last few towers. I don't really have a strong opinion on this lift. It serves longer and windier trails. Nothing too crazy, but they're not boring. I think it's a good lift for Moonlight to have, and I enjoyed riding it twice while we were at Big Sky. Number 7, Southern Comfort 4, 2004 Doppelmayr Uni GS Detachable Quad. In 2004, Big Sky wanted to upgrade their beginner area. They thought a good way to prop it up would be to have Doppelmayr come in and install one of their detachable models, and this came to be known as Southern Comfort. Thankfully, it was not one of their train wrecks like East Peak Express at Windham or Bel Air Express at Bel Air. It has a long and mellow lift line with a 6,055-foot lift line, which ranks 3rd, and 1,250 feet of vertical, which ranks 8th. I rode this lift 4 times while we were there, and while I do like the Uni-GS terminals and this lift as a whole, I can't deny that the Bubble 6 that is coming here for the 2025 plan will be amazing. That's my biggest complaint with this lift. It gets cold. The wind blasts you, and this lift isn't even that high off the ground. There's just not that much tree cover because the trails are so wide. I think it's fast and smooth, it's just cold. I like to call it Southern Uncomfortable. Number 5, Lone Tree 4, 2004 Garaventa C-Tech Sprint Fixed Grip Quad. This short but sweet lift serves some great terrain in Moonlight Basin. I would say that it and the Headwaters Double serve the best terrain in Moonlight. It only has a length of 1,540 feet, which ranks 23rd, but it has a very steep second half, and I believe that this is where most of the 650 feet of vertical is gained. 650 feet of vertical ranks 16th. The stats aren't super impressive, but the terrain off this is just so good. We skied to the right of the lift line, and it was glades on a super steep descent. Just so good to lap. Then, you also have a short hike up to the Triple Black, Obsidian, and the Lone Tree face, which also looked really good. Like I said, short but sweet. Number 4. Thunderwolf 4. 1993 Doppelmayr First Generation Uni Detachable Quad. In the early 90s, Big Sky was a lot smaller than it is now, and their first detachables were centered around Andesite Mountain. First, Ram Charger Express moved in and replaced the Ram Charger Double, one of Big Sky's original lifts. Next, the Mad Wolf Double was gone, and Thunderwolf moved in to replace it. It has a 5,966-foot lift line, which climbs 1,728 feet upwards. It has the second most vertical, and is the fourth longest lift at Big Sky. It has one of the steeper profiles at Big Sky, and you can definitely feel that. Most of the climb happens in the second half, and the beginning is pretty flat. This lift serves almost exclusively expert terrain, and some use it for real estate access. I only skied over here once on this trip, but I've been here a lot before on previous trips. I just love the trails that it offers. It's a great place to ski, especially in the morning when it gets the most sun. I think now that R8 has moved in, more people ski over at Thunderwolf, which sucks, because the snow over there is just great. Number 3. Shedhorn 4. 1992 Doppelmayr First Generation Uni. Relocated and refurbished with Uni G terminal skins. This was the old Ram Charger Express that I mentioned earlier. It was relocated from its place out of the old mountain village to the top of Andesite and replaced the Shedhorn Double, which was the old Ram Charger Double. It got new Uni G terminal skins with this relocation, but I believe some parts got damaged during relocation. Just listen to this terminal. It retained the same amount of towers, but its lift line was stretched out to 4,623 feet, which ranks 6th. It also has 1,484 feet of vertical, which ranks 5th. This lift line was much different than the old Ram Chargers, and the resort wanted to use the same amount of towers, so capacity was brought down a lot. I only had one day to ride this, and that came on our last day. It had just opened that afternoon, but the snow was great. The only part that was bad was the access trail. I wish I had more time to lap this while I was at Big Sky, because it was awesome. Number 2. Swift Current 6. 2021 Doppelmayr D-Line R1 Bubble 6-Pack. Big Sky's newest lift ranks high on this list. This took out the old Swift Current 4, which will be deeply missed by me, but this lift is just so cool. However, it didn't reach that 1200 FPM speed while I was there. I was there multiple days where the line was 10 plus minutes, yet it never ran faster than 1,110 feet per minute. I actually learned that this was because they did not have the right shocks on their compression shivs. But the lift is still great. It's the third longest lift on the mountain at 8,555 feet, and it climbs 1,647 feet into the mountains, which ranks 3rd. This lift also has my favorite trails off of it. Soul Hole, a black diamond, down to Wild Bill, a blue. These are 2 amazing glades trails that I lapped at least 10 times during my stay at Big Sky. The heated seats worked on this too, which is really nice, and that bubble is also amazing. This lift is a lot rougher than Ram Charger though. The R8 depression towers are really smooth, but not the Swifty ones. I'd say that Powder Seekers are just as smooth. It also slams the bubble every time it goes over a support tower. Again, I'm nitpicking, but Big Sky 100% deserves it. Number 1. Powder Seeker 6. 2016 Doppelmayr Uni G Bubble 6. This lift, it's just so good. 2.5 minutes, bam, you're in the bowl. Probably some of the best snow at Big Sky, and when you're riding back up, those bubbles and heated seats are so nice. These actually work too. I really love the Uni Gs, and I'm glad that Big Sky got one before they moved on to just D-lines. It is one of the shorter lifts at Big Sky, with a 2,643-foot lift line, and it serves 833 feet of vertical. Another great thing about Powder Seeker is how it always runs at its design speed. That 1,000 FPM keeps the line short and the ride short, even with the longer chair spacing. I never waited for this lift while we were at Big Sky. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. See you next time.